Welcome to this special 2014 BSCAI Convention ISSA Trade Show Tripodcast. Our special guest today is Dana Weaver, who is the CEO and president of L. Dana Weaver Consulting in Houston, Texas. Welcome, Dana.
Thank you, Dick.
Now, Dana's going to be doing a session at the convention entitled Lessons Learned in Growing Your Business. And for those of you that have heard Dana in the past, you're going to want to jump in on this one as well, because he always draws one of the largest crowds at the convention. So before his head explodes here, I'm going to ask him to kind of, give us a little background. I know some of us know it, but we always, we have a bunch of new listeners every year. So give us a little background of you, and then give us some bullet points of what you're going to be covering in your session.
All right, thank you, Dick. Well, I was in the contract cleaning industry for 27 years, starting in 1977, and grew the company to $150 million, had a liquidity event in 2004. So my focus on my session, as Dick mentioned, deals with lessons learned in growing the business, as I'm going to discuss ABS's growth path from 1977 to 2004. I'll spend time talking about the things that we did to get us to each additional level of growth or revenue from $800,000 in 1977 in annual revenues to $150 million in 2004.
Wow.
I'll discuss the specific things that we did, which always involved new or better trained people and new or improved processes. I'll discuss the various steps or stages of growth where we added significant, what I call game changers, which positively impacted our growth and our profitability, and how we went about paying for them. I'll provide a visual picture of our growth curve in increments of 4 years, and we'll discuss the changes in our company which favorably impacted either revenue or profit, and in some cases, both. I'll then provide a retrospective look back and detail the 20 lessons learned during our 27-year journey, up to and including our liquidity event. This session, I think, will assist and help any contractor who attends to achieve similar growth and profit improvement in their company. What we did during that 27-year period was not magical. It was very basic, but very focused and always doable. The time allotted is 1 hour and 15 minutes, and the discussion and presentation will take about 50 minutes, which hopefully will leave us around 10 to 15 minutes for Q&A. So I'm looking forward to the session. I think it'll be very informative and helpful to all the contractors who attend, and I look forward to seeing everybody on November the 7th.
Wow, that's you had two or three things there that struck me. The 20 items, in the 27 years, and as you talk about 800,000 to 150 million, that's got to excite a lot of people to want to come, and knowing your success that you had. And I will tell our audience, Dana knows whereof he speaks. This isn't going to be theory. This is going to be practice. This is going to be what really, really happened, right? And you probably might highlight maybe a mistake or two you might have made along the way, or if you made any, you think, or not?
Yeah, we made one or two.
Okay. Yeah, you might even talk about one or two of those, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I made one or two of those before I had any coffee in the morning. But anyway, again, this session will be Friday, November the 7th, at 1:30 to 2:45. And Dana mentioned it's an hour and 15 minutes. And what did you say? You had 50 minutes pretty much allotted to the presentation?
50 minutes.
So that will give ample time for questions and answers. And Dana, as you know, and you'll have a bunch of repeat attendees in there. There's always lots of questions because you're very thorough in your presentation and very honest in your presentation. And there will be questions because they'll know they'll get right answers. The answers of what really happened. So, folks, those of you listening, if you haven't heard Dana, let me encourage you to mark this one down to be attending, because he covers a lot of ground, and he covers it very thoroughly and very understandably. And so that should be a highlight on your calendar of things to attend. So, again, I want to thank you, Dana, for taking the time today and giving us the bullet points of what your session is going to be. It's actually kicks off the afternoon on Friday, so that'll be a great way to get the session started on Friday. So I want to remind everybody that the ISSA trade show is Wednesday through Friday, November 5 to 7, and the BSCAI educational sessions will be on Thursday through Saturday, November 6 to 8. And again, Dana will be on Friday afternoon at 1:30, and those sessions will be at the Hilton Orlando. And then for those of you that are wanting to attend the bidding and estimating seminar or take your CBSE or RBSM exams, that will all take place on Wednesday, November the 5th. And so you can register by going to www.bscai.org, click on the registration icon, and Tripodcast listeners, whether you're a BSCAI member or not, you get an early bird registration rate. I think the registration early bird rate ends sometime latter part of September, but no matter when you register, if you are a Tripodcast listener, you will get the early bird rate. And all you need to do to get that rate is to enter the code TSD, Tom, Sam, David, TSD, in the promotion code line when you register, and it'll automatically bring up the discounted rate, the early bird rate. So that's a pretty good deal, because that way you're not paying a penalty if you can't quite, get registered by the time the early bird discount expires. And again, I want to say thanks to our special guest, Dana Weaver, and I want to thank all of you for listening today. We'll see you in Orlando in November.